Welcome geometry students to class today on this Tuesday the 4th. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're ready to learn some math today. Let's quickly go over these announcements. There will be a quiz on Friday, so please keep that in mind. On Thursday, I will go over what will be on that quiz. Last Tuesday's homework, that was the half a day snow day. Yesterday on Monday, Azu turned hers in and Martin turned his in. And so Jasa, Jake, and Haley, of course, Haley, you just watched the video yesterday, so you're totally fine. And Jasa, I believe you were absent yesterday, so Jasa, Jake, and Haley, I need you to turn in last Tuesday's homework. If I don't have it today when I come to school, then I'm going to contact your parents. Now, Jasa, you weren't here yesterday, so would one of you students, Martin, Azu, or Jake, would one of you students show her what assignment I'm talking about? It was the one I had in the video from yesterday. Okay? All right, moving on. And actually, you know what? I think I have it right here. Jasa, here it is. It's page 413, numbers 10 through 21. And numbers 33 through 38, and then you had three definitions, I believe. Maybe it was two definitions. You had three definitions to write 3 times each. Okay? On the test corrections now, Jasa and Haley, listen carefully. Yesterday in class, Jasa, we went over test corrections. If you want to watch that video, by the way, Mr. Harmon has your test, Jasa, so if you want to look at it, he should have it, okay? And Azu, you turned your test back in. You're welcome to keep your test. And by the way, I did not get your email, so you'll want to resend that email. I'm not sure what you were talking about, but I never got that email. But anyways, yesterday in class, Jasa and Haley, what the other students did was this. They watched a video called Geometry Chapter 7 Test Corrections. And you don't have to watch that, Haley. Now, Jake, I need you to turn that in, okay, by the way. Azu and Martin turned theirs in from yesterday. They turned theirs in yesterday. They did it in class. Jake, I need that, okay? So I need Jake, I need the assignment from last Tuesday, and I need the test corrections from yesterday. So if I don't get those today, I'm going to be contacting parents. But anyways, Jasa, this is what we did yesterday. You do not have to make this up, Jasa. You can if you want to. If it'll help you find your mistakes on your test, then that's fine, but you do not need to. And Haley, same thing with you. Since you were watching a different video yesterday, you do not have to watch this video right here. If it'll help you find your mistakes on your test, then fine, watch it. If you're going to take a retake, any of you 5 students, then this video will help you, okay? But you do not have to, except for Jake, Azu, and Martin. You need to turn in your test corrections, and Azu and Martin already have yours, so Jake, I do need yours today, please. Lastly, if you're going to take a test retake, I need 2 things. Number 1, I need 24-hour notice. So if you're going to take it on Wednesday, I need to know today. If you're going to take it on Thursday, I need to know by Wednesday. If you're going to take it on Friday, I need to know by Thursday. Number 2, actually I need 3 things. Number 2, I have to know what teacher. I have to make the retake and give that test to the appropriate teacher. So I need to know what day and what teacher. And then thirdly, you must take it this week. All retakes have to be made within the week that I give the test back. So you must finish it. You must take the retake sometime this week. All right? Having said that, grab your notebooks, grab your pens, pencils, calculators, and let's have a great class period, okay? You will have notes today and homework, but the video is not that long. I'm going to go pretty fast, so pause the video when you need to. We're going to look today at something called angles of polygons. Angles of polygons. It's lesson 8.2. And the date today, and I encourage you to keep track of this, the date today is February 4th, 2014, so I would write that in your notes if I were you. Angles of polygons, lesson 8.2. Now, you do not need to draw this in your notes. Just look at it and listen. Notice in a triangle, I know right away if I were to add up angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, I know that the sum of the three angles inside of a triangle is 180 degrees. But you know what? How about other polygons? For example, this polygon here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So how about a polygon that has 5 sides? Do I know what the sum of all these angles are? If I were to add up angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5. If I were to add up all 5 of those angles, do I know what the sum would be? Well, my answer is yes. There's actually a formula that I'm going to teach you today that allows you to know the sum of the interior angles of any convex polygon as long as you know the number of sides. If you know the number of sides, I can tell you what the sum of all of these angles are inside the polygon. Okay? So that's pretty cool actually. So let's go ahead and get started. Now usually I make you memorize these theorems and postulates and stuff like that. You do not need to memorize this. Okay? Go ahead and write it in your notes. I want you to write it down. But I am not going to make you memorize this. Instead, what I want you to memorize is this formula right here. 180 times n minus 2 equals the sum of the interior angles. That's what I want you to know right here. Okay? This theorem is called the Polygon Interior Angles Theorem, and it reads as follows. The sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides is 180 times n minus 2. Now n, of course, is the number of sides. So using this formula right here, this formula, I can now tell you the sum of all of the angles inside a convex polygon. It's pretty cool, okay? So using this formula, let's go ahead and solve some problems, okay? I would like you to copy this problem in your notes, please, if you would. Go ahead and copy this problem in your notes. Find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of the given polygon. All right? Find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of the given polygon. So I'm going to put dots here. If I took this angle plus 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 this angle, what would I get? Well, we're going to use this formula here. All that you have to know is the number of sides. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 sides. So do you see this n right here? All that you do is you put a 7 in for n. So it's 180 parentheses 7 minus 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. So now I have 180 times 5. And then 180 times 5 is 900. So there we go. Now, do I know what the measure of each angle is? No, I don't. I have no idea. But I know if I were to add up all 7 angles, and there are 7 angles, if I were to add up all 7 angles, I would get 900 degrees. So now we know how to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Why don't you try this one on your own? You can follow along. I'm going to go ahead and do it right now, or you can pause the video and try to find this on your own. Okay? Totally up to you. So watch me do this or try it on your own. Find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of the given polygon. Emphasis on interior angles. Okay, well, we know we have our formula. So here's our formula. Now let's see how many sides I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 sides. So where the n is, I'm going to put a 6 minus 2. So then I would have 180 times 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 180 times 4 would be 720 degrees. 720 degrees. Let me get a drink here real quick. Now understand, I do not know the measure of each of these angles. Okay, do you understand that? but I do know that if I were to add all 6 of these angles together, I would get 720. Now, let's take this a step further here. Let's see if we can make this a little more challenging, okay? Find the measure of angle A. So I'm going to put a question mark right here. Okay, well, real quick, let's see how many sides I have on this polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 sides. Let's go back a page. We just learned right here, by using this formula right here, that a 6-sided polygon has a total of 720 degrees, right? We just learned that right here. This is a 6-sided polygon. We used our formula, and we know that a 6-sided polygon has a total of 720 degrees for its interior angles. So now I come over here and I add up 88 degrees plus 142 plus 105 plus 136 plus 136, and that would be 10, 15, 21, 27, carry your 10, 14, 17, 20, carry your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I might have made a little mistake here. I don't think I did. If you add up all 5 of these angles, you get 607. Now remember, the total angles is 720. So all of these 5 angles add up to 607. So I'm going to take 720 and subtract 607, and I will get 113 degrees. So the measure of angle A is 113 degrees. That's really not that hard, is it? Let's try another one. Now you can work ahead and do this one on your own, or you can do it with me. So if you want to do it on your own, then go ahead and start working on it now and pause the video. Or if you want to watch me do it, that's fine, okay? We're going to find the measure of angle A. Now, how many sides do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 sides. And so first of all, let's find out what the sum of all of my interior angles would be. So here's my formula, 180 n minus 2, so 5 minus 2. That would be 180 times 3, and 180 times 3 is 540 degrees. So I know now that a 5-sided convex polygon, when you add up all of its interior angles, will equal 540. Well, I know 4 of the angles. This is 100, this is 130, this is 130, and this is 90 degrees. All right, so I can very quickly find this last missing angle. Now, to find this missing angle, I'm going to take 100 degrees plus 90 plus 130 plus 130. So, adding all of these together, I'll get 450 degrees. Okay, unless I made a small mistake somewhere, I get 450. Now, all of these angles are supposed to add up to 540. So I'm going to subtract from 540 450 degrees. And when you do that, you will get 90 degrees. And so the measure of angle A right here is 90 degrees. That's really not too hard, guys. It's pretty easy. Now, this one's going to be a little more difficult, but I think you can get this if you'll really pay attention, okay? And watch this carefully. I want you to find the measure of one of these angles. Now, I'd like to point out to you something you need to see. Do you notice how all of these angles are congruent? Now, notice on this polygon, all of the angles are congruent. Now, let's quickly count the sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 sides, all right? Now, if I have 8 sides, just kind of follow along my reasoning here. I can very quickly find out the sum of all of these angles on the inside. Remember our formula? 8 minus 2 is 6, so 180 times 6 is 0, 48, carry your 4, 1080. So I know if I add up all 8 of these angles, and there are 8 angles, I get 1080. But I didn't ask you to find the sum of all the angles. I said find the measure of one of the angles. Well, think about it, students. If all of these angles are congruent, if they're all the same, then I can simply take 1080 and divide it by 8, because each angle is the same. So if I divide 8 into 1080, I'm going to get 135 degrees. So each one of these angles is 135 degrees. If you were to write 135 in for all these angles and add them up, or if you were to take 135 times 8, you would get 1080. All right, why don't you try this one on your own real quick, and then we just have a couple more slides like this and we're finished. Okay, try this one on your own, or if you're really not confident, you can watch me do it. That's fine. But I'd like you to pause the video and try this one on your own. Okay, find the measure of one of the interior angles. Now I'm going to go ahead and work it out now, so if you want to try it on your own, just go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, here we go. We have 6 sides on this polygon. Okay, 6 sides. Now remember, way back here at the start of the class period, we found the number of interior angles, the sum of a 6-sided polygon. Here it is. Remember, this polygon here had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Remember? So when it had 6 sides, we then had 720 degrees. Okay? So we already found that. Now if you want to do it again, you can, but you don't need to. Okay, I mean, we know this has 6 sides, so if I were to take 180, 6 minus 2, I will get 720 degrees. So I know when I add up all 6 of these angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I know I'm going to get 720 degrees. Now I'm asking you to find the measure of one of these. So since all of these angles are congruent, that means they're all going to have the same measure. I can just take 720 and divide it by 6. And if I do that correctly, I'm going to get 120 degrees. Now you could check your work. You could write 120 in for all of these angles, and you could add up all of your 120s. Or you could simply take 120 times 6, and if you do that, you will get 720, which is what it's supposed to be. All of these angles inside of this polygon add up to 720. Okay, just grabbing a drink there real quick. Let's continue on. Now, I do want you to know this. This is something here you will be required to know for your tests and quizzes out of this chapter. Okay, so write this in your notes. Theorem 8.2, the exterior angle theorem. The sum of the measures of the exterior angles of any convex polygon, I don't care how many sides it has. Let me say that again. Of any convex polygon, I don't care how many sides it has, is always 360. Always. When you add up the sum of the exterior angles, it's going to equal 360. Now, having said that, let me show you what an exterior angle is. Go ahead and copy this in your notes. Now, when you take your pencil after you've copied this down, if you'll extend one side, not 2 sides, don't go like this and then go like that. That's extending 2 sides. If you'll extend just one side like this, we'll call that angle 1, and then come down here. Well, Mr. Earhart, which side do I extend? It doesn't matter. I do not care what side you extend. It doesn't matter. I'm going to extend this side, so I'm going to call this angle 2. I'm going to extend this side, so I'm going to call this angle 3, and I'm going to extend this side right here, and I'm going to call that angle 4. Notice how on each corner, on each vertex, I extended how many lines? 1. I extended 1 line. And when I did that, I then had 4 exterior angles. If you were to add up all 4 of these angles, guess what you would get? 360. Guess what? That's what you'll always get. I don't care how many sides the polygon has. If you'll add up all of the exterior angles, you will always get 360 degrees as long as you have a convex polygon. Always. So let's do one problem, and then I'm going to turn you loose on your homework. Okay, here it is. Copy this in your notes. Now notice I have a convex polygon right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. Here's your polygon. It's a triangle. Everybody see that okay? There's my polygon. Now, notice I've extended one side here on this corner. I've extended one side here on this corner, and I've extended one side here on this corner. So I have exterior angle, exterior angle, exterior angle. Now what did we just learn back here? It doesn't matter how many sides the polygon has, the sum of the measures of the exterior angles will always be 360. Always, always, always. So I know if I take 8x plus 9x plus 105, those are my exterior angles, it will equal 360 degrees. And now I can solve for x. 8x plus 9x is 17x plus 105 equals 360. Now we're going to bring the 105 over and make it a negative 105. So we're left with 17x equals 255. Now if we divide both sides by 17, x equals 15. 17 goes into 255 15 times. So there we go. X equals 15. Okay? So the sum of the exterior angles of any convex polygon is always going to equal 360. Okay? Now you need to practice as much as you don't like that, okay? So here's your homework. We have 18 problems, pretty standard. I don't think you'll find them that hard. Page 421, numbers 8 through 25 all. Here's the video. Now would you please listen to me? This video that I just circled in red is from when? Last year. So please do not listen to anything this video says right here. This one right here I'm circling about tests, quizzes, days of the week, homework being due. All that you're doing is listening how to work out each problem, okay? Now, one thing I did forget to do was to listen to it first and tell you how far to fast forward. So start the video, and it might start right away, or there might be some announcements that you'll want to skip, okay? But this video right here circled in red was from last year. All right? Call or email if you have any questions at all, and I hope you guys have a good day.